So I'm here with UFC Bantamweight Cody Stamann. Cody, congrats on the most recent victory.
Thanks, man.
How was Brazil?
Fucking Brazil was great, dude. The hotel was right on the beach, so we got to go fucking beach to beach. Um, Fans were actually really cool. Until you get to the venue, then they're like spitting at you and swearing. You know what I mean? Like threatening to kill you and shit. So it's a pretty like huge 180. You know what I mean? Like you see MMA fans anywhere but the venue, and they're like low key, like real cool. Obviously you go to the beach in Brazil and there's 30, 40 of the fucking nicest ass you've ever seen. So that part was sick, but yeah, it was a trip, dude. Fighting as a trip.
So they were spitting. Did you get spit on?
Yeah, some dude tried to spit on me like right before I was about to do my walkout. I watched him, and like, so I was like standing, like there's like like the curtain that you walk out of, like you see like people walk out, they like pop out of the curtain. So like for whatever reason they put me in front of the curtain and then put the camera in front of me, security around me, and like there's like a commercial happening or something. So I'm standing for like 3 minutes, and there's just like fucking people from every angle just screaming, like who knows what the hell they're screaming, but they're screaming in Portuguese. And like I watched this dude like slam his water bottle and just like cheeks full of water. And like I like pointed at him like this motherfucker's about to spit this water at me. And security's like, which dude? And then like as I like they turn around, like this dude's like spitting water, and I like obviously got out of the way in time, but like he got kind of like spit a little bit on one of the security guards, and I was just like, bro, this place is not like
Yeah, I saw it.
In other world, like you spit on me, like I'd pull you out of the stands and beat you to fucking death. Like I mean, bro, nobody wants to get spit on. Come on.
Yeah, we saw it with Brendan Moreno too when they threw the bottles and stuff at him as he was going back to the locker room. So that's why I asked, because that atmosphere seemed intense.
Hostile, dude. Fucking hostile. Hostile. I was like inciting a riot too after the fight. I was like chanting USA, and I was chanting like Blue Bombo Heyday, which is like you're gonna die, is like their big chant down there. And I was chanting it to the Brazilian people, and they were just fucking going nuts. Security was like, dude, like we got to get you in the back. We like, come on. They're like trying to pull me back, and I'm like chanting at these motherfuckers. Like, I'm like, I was still pretty amped up. Like, I was ready to fight someone in the crowd after the fight.
I feel like this fight was much different for you. So I've seen, I think, almost probably every fight that you've had in the UFC. And this fight seemed different, like you fought with a chip on your shoulder a little bit more than in the past. Talk to us about that.
Man, I think it was just a fucking walkout, dude. Like, not only that, but like, I don't know. I think like I'm fighting with a different mentality. Like, I just want to like go in there and just fucking hurt people. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the mentality. Like, I want to hurt you, and like fighting Luan, like that motherfucker was not trying to knock me out. Like he was like trying to break me. He was like, you know what I mean? Just like the constant body kicks and body shots. Like he wasn't even trying to hit my head. You know what I mean? Like his whole goal was to just like see if I would quit. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, dude, you want to get into a fucking war of attrition? Like, let's go, motherfucker. Like, I'm going to beat your ass in front of like your family and all your fans in Rio. Yeah, but I mean, definitely the people like in Brazil chanting, you're going to die, put me on like a different level of agitation. Like, I was like, you stupid motherfuckers. Like, are you like, I don't know if like this, like they're trying to intimidate you, obviously, but like it had the opposite effect. Like, I was like, all right, well, now I'm gonna like kill your boy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hell of a fight. You definitely took on my paper all 3 rounds. What else do you like to do with a chip on your shoulder?
Like I mean, fighting for me like started at a pretty young age, dude. Like I was like a little fat kid with buck teeth, so like everyone was always fucking with me, and I was like kind of a swing first, ask questions later kind of kid growing up. So I mean, you can imagine like what finally ended up like leading me to MMA was like we got in this like barn burner fight, me and couple of my buddies, like we came home just fucking busted up, like that, like busted up, like we were fucking beat up. We ended up fighting like 30 people. We went to a party that we were welcome at, but we went anyways. We just scrapped with a bunch of dudes, and I mean, we sent like 6 kids to the hospital, but we got banged up pretty bad. And finally, my mom was like, "Dude, like if you're gonna fight, like at least, you know what I mean, like try to fucking do it in a gym." So she actually bought me an MMA membership and was like, "Yo, like if you're like gonna like fight, like do it the right way." You know what I mean? So I was pretty like, it was like, you know, if there were no girls at a party, like the next thing I was trying to do was like get in a scrap.
All right. And that was in Grand Rapids. Talk to me about Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you can describe it in one word.
Grand Rapids in one word, white. Yeah, dude. I mean, I grew up a little bit north of Grand Rapids. So I grew up in Sparta, which is like country, like a country town. And like in the country and small country towns, like everybody thinks they're like the baddest motherfucker on the planet. And like nobody actually really wants to fight. They just kind of want to run their mouth and like intimidate you. And like I was like the kid that would straight scrap. You know what I mean? Like so people like knew like kind of like if you fucked with me, like I was gonna fight you. Yeah, I mean it's just like that stupid small fucking town mentality. You know, everybody's flexing on each other. And, you know, it's like the judgment fucking center of the world. You know, you get a bunch of freaking middle class white people together and everybody's better than everybody. And I fucking honestly hate it. Like, I hate that small mind, small town mentality. Like, every time I go home, it's like there's a few people that I cared to see. But for the most part, like, I can give 2 shits less to go home and like see most people.
What are your thoughts on Power Slap?
I think it's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I mean, like I'll watch it. You know what I mean? Like when I see the reels, like I want to watch some dude get smoked in the face. They actually had an event and I was trying so hard to like, I was like talking to the security team, like, bro, you guys got to get me into this event, bro. I want to watch people get fucking slapped dead. And they're like, no, they're not letting any UFC fighters there. And I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I'll literally just like stand in the back. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to watch this shit happen. So, I mean, I think there's definitely some entertainment value, but like, what a stupid fucking thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, is that like literally going to be like, I'm a professional like slapper? You know what I mean? Like, wow, you just made your mom so fucking proud. Like, what a stupid fucking sport.
Pretty crazy. They got the UFC refs or the refs reffing this.
Why? I mean, literally, your grandma could ref that shit. You know what I mean? It's just like the first dude to fucking go down, like loses, you know?
Agreed. You like to hunt. What would be your ideal hunting trip or game you are going after?
I guess I want to shoot an elk. You know what I mean? I want to shoot an elk. I've never shot an elk. I want to shoot a big ass elk. So I mean, that would be like a bucket list hunt. Shit, dude, I'll fucking hunt anything. I love it. Like I don't have many hobbies outside of fighting. You know what I mean? But I am like a fucking down roots fucking country boy. So I mean, hunting, fishing, that's my tune. I'm not a club guy. I'm a fucking like wake up at 4 a.m. and go hunting guy.
Would you classify yourself as country boy strong? You're not the biggest guy.
Yeah. I'm strong as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm like just like a typical blue collar dude that just happens to be pretty good at beating people up for money.
So you say you're country boy, but I saw on your Instagram story you were pickleballing it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about pickleball.
Not very country, is it?
No.
So my buddy Joe Benavides like kept trying to get me to come play pickleball, and so finally like I went and like played, and like I actually fucking love I love it. It's so fun. It's like a workout that I can do that's not like punching my friends in the face. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice it's just like a different competitive atmosphere. It's like less serious, and because MMA, bro, that shit wears on you. It's nice to do something outside of fucking fighting that's like actually a sport. So I think in reality, like, if I wasn't a fighter, I probably wouldn't play pickleball, but just because like I like want to stay active, you know what I mean? Like I don't always just want to like fucking put my running shoes on and go for a 3 mile run. Sometimes I just, want to do something else. So pickleball is like a nice little, relaxing sport that I can do.
Do you have the touch? I feel like the running joke when I was in school is that the wrestlers, they're athletes. They're great athletes as far as cutting weight and wrestling, but they can't do anything else. They can't shoot a basketball. They can't play any other sport, maybe football. But other than that, that was the running joke. Do you have the touch to play pickleball?
Bro, I was like a 4-sport athlete in school, like all state in 3 sports. Like, yeah, I'm fucking athletic, like actually athletic, not like a fucking like brute wrestler that can, you know what I mean, just wrestle, but you throw a ball at him and it hits him right in the face. Like I'm actually like a good athlete, and that is kind of like, I mean, if you watch that last fight, like, I mean, I fucking dance about that motherfucker. Like I can actually like move, you know what I mean? Like you give me a basketball and like I could, play ball with like legit basketball.
I definitely saw a Cody Garbrandt-esque style, like as if when he fought Dominic Cruz in your last fight, like the moving around, the light on your feet, the entire fight. I did see that comparison in the last fight.
Yeah. I mean, I try to fight everybody like a little bit differently, right? I don't want people to have like a solid idea of like how I fight. You know what I mean? Like if I can march forward and like chuck bombs at you, or I can fucking dance around on the outside, move in and out. You know what I mean? I can just go out there, take you down, and grind you out too. I mean, like I have a lot of different ways to win MMA fights.
You get to choose a dinner. What is the meal and 3 people you can sit with? Could be anybody. Who you choosing and what are you picking to eat?
Oh, anybody, like literally anybody. Well, Jesus, I'm gonna have fucking dinner with Jesus. Kanye West and
oh shit. Controversial. I like it.
fucking Donald Trump. Must be real controversial. And I'm gonna eat like a ribeye, a rare cowboy ribeye.
Who is the best UFC fighter right now?
Pound for pound, best UFC fighter. Volkanovski.
Why don't you say yourself?
I would say Alexander Volkanovski because I didn't say myself because, I mean, I am not Alexander Volkanovski. Yeah, I mean, I think someday I'll be able to say myself, but right now I got fucking work to do. And like, let's be honest, that motherfucker's been doing the work that I need to do. So, yeah, I mean, I like the way he fights. He's super intelligent. Like he just he kind of embodies like a tactical guy that's not like willing to fucking get in there and trade. You know what I mean? Like I really hope and think that he could beat fucking Islam too. Like I think that's a real possibility.
Who is the best bantamweight?
Best bantamweight on any given day, I am. You know what I mean? Like I've had razor close fights with, I was beating Aljamain Sterling until I got, caught in some fucking weird kung fu fucking split job. So in reality, like me hitting on all cylinders, with the preparation I need, like I could beat anybody in the world.
You think Sean O'Malley is a little overrated?
Yeah, I do. But I don't think he's as overrated as I thought he was. Honestly, I thought he showed that like he's actually like a little bit of a fucking warrior when he fought Peter Yan. You know what I mean? Like he fought through some real adversity, and I honestly thought Sean would like the first time somebody really cracked that motherfucker. I thought he was gonna quit, and like I actually saw a side of him that I've a fucking 100 times more respect for him after watching that fight than I did before. I mean, I still think he lost, but I mean that was like he actually impressed me.
You think at the end of 2023, Aljamain Sterling will be the champ? Who's it going to be?
Well, we'll see if Aljamain Sterling fights in 2023. But I mean, I think there's a lot of guys that could potentially be Aljamain that are coming up. You know, I mean, I think Jan should be the champ right now. And I think that Corey Sandhagen could do it. Henry Cejudo, if he comes back, I think he beats Aljamain Sterling. But like, I don't know that Aljo is like in a big rush to like actually compete. You know what I mean? I think he wants to kind of like enjoy being the champ. Like, I don't actually think he wants to fight.
Who's the UFC GOAT?
UFC GOAT. Shit. I'm gonna go with a weird one. Guy that's not even really in the UFC anymore, and I'll say Demetrius Johnson. Just because like that dude was fighting like a lot of really, really, really good guys, whooping them, and then like, going back and playing video games. Like he didn't give two shits about fighting, and like he was still like on top for so long. You know what I mean? So Demetrius for me was, you know, like pound for pound, one of the best guys to ever do it.
If there's a TV or movie character to compare yourself to, who would it be?
Shit. Fuck on. TV or movie. Give me some ideas, man. I have no idea. Like, I don't watch enough TV.
I mean, you could just say you don't watch a lot of TV. It sounds like you're outdoors a lot, so I'll give you a pass on that one.
You ever watch the show Vikings?
I've seen clips. I've never watched the actual show.
So there's a guy on there. He's like one of the main characters, Ragnar. Like if I want to compare myself to someone, it'd be him. But I don't know if that's an accurate comparison. I don't know. Maybe like fucking probably more like a fucking Pooh Bear. You know, I don't know for sure.
If you could go back into any time period in the world, where would it be, or when would it be?
Probably like early 1900s. Like, I don't know. I felt like that was like the last time when, you know what I mean? Like, life wasn't insanely rough, but, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of shit popping off, like new shit happening. I feel like that was when like society was still a little bit loose. You know what I mean? Like, still get away with fucking murder and shit, but it was a little bit more civilized than like the Stone Ages and shit. So you know, it seems like it was probably a pretty fun time to be alive.
Would you be a cowboy?
No, I don't know if I'd be a cowboy. I'd wear a fucking cowboy hat, though. That's for sure.
Fair enough. I've never been to Vegas. Tell me about Vegas. What do I have to do if I go to Vegas?
Shit, Vegas. Well, I mean, don't do the same shit that everybody does when they come to Vegas, which is like literally piss their pants and fucking get stupid drunk like by 6 p.m. and act like a fucking moron. Dude, there's actually a lot of sick shit in Vegas. And like one of the best things about Las Vegas is the food. Like there's so many badass restaurants here. I mean, and I would like even challenge someone that comes to Vegas to like get off the strip. You know what I mean? Like go see something that's not on the strip. I mean, like, especially like if you've already been here, you've been to the strip, you've done the casinos and you've done all that shit, like go somewhere else, man. There's some fucking beautiful spots around Vegas and there's some badass restaurants around like off the strip that aren't like insanely expensive. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I would challenge someone that comes to Vegas to like spend a night in the casino doing the fucking typical Vegas bullshit and then like get off the strip and like go explore. Because there's a lot of other shit like in Vegas that's really cool. That's not like, you know, the same exact Vegas story that every motherfucker that comes here has.
Coolest thing about MMA is that the fighters are from all over the world, and that means fighters also get to travel all over the world, which means you get to explore a bunch of different things. What is the weirdest thing or best thing, craziest thing you've ever eaten in your life? I don't know how much traveling you've done with the UFC, but
Ever eaten? I think I unknowingly ate a testicle in Tokyo, Japan. I couldn't fucking read the menu. I had no idea what I was eating. There was all kinds of like weird. We went to this like funky, weird ass place that had like all these weird exotic dishes. And I think I had a testicle as an appetizer and had like some sauce with it. And I was like the first one to try it. And I think everyone that I was with knew what it was except for me. And I ate it and like no one else touched it. And then, you know, everybody laughed. Like, I can't believe you just fucking ate that. And then, like, once I found out that it was a testicle, I actually had another bite of it. And
was it good?
Wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. The sauce was amazing.
So. What does a testicle taste like? Or is it chewy? Is it?
Yeah, it was a little chewy. I thought it was like some kind of like pork ball, honestly. So I guess testicles taste like pork.
Is that a welcome home? Congratulations on the win sign.
No, that's like I should probably take that down. It's it says it's a Kanye West tweet. It says I want to be in a room full of mirrors so I can be surrounded by winners. My fiance put it up for when I got home. And I think she's expecting me to take it down, but I'm not going to touch it. I'll leave it there all year.
I mean, do you believe that there's like superstitions? Maybe you just do the same thing you did this last time.
No, I'm not a superstitious guy. Not at all.
Anybody you're expecting to go up against soon or this year? Or
I mean, I just gave my manager like a list of guys that I thought were like good potential fights. I don't know if you know anyone on the list, but I mean, ultimately, fighting for me is like I just want to fight, get paid, make a bunch of money, invest my money, and like get the fuck away from fighting. You know what I mean? Like that's like I'm not like one of those guys that's like I don't give a fuck about the clout. I don't care about how many fucking Instagram followers I have outside of the fact that I get paid, you know, on Instagram and shit. You know what I mean? Like I care about the money. I enjoy the sport. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, like everybody fucking forgets or shits on you in some way. You know what I mean? Like I've learned that like fighting is a fucking job. You know what I mean? It's my job, you know, and I'm like ultimately like my only goals in fighting are to like make enough money that I can take care of my family. You know what I mean? Like I want to retire my mom. I want to own fucking 10 houses, you know, when this shit's all over. So like, I mean, really like everything's financially driven at this point, like in terms of like fighting. Like I like fuck legacy, fuck all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Because like no matter how good you are or what you do, like there's a million other people that are gonna shit on all your hard work anyways. So it's like I'm just trying to get mine and be free of, you know what I mean, fucking society and all the bullshit that everybody else cares so much about.
I definitely agree. Sean Strickland said it best in his last fight that, you know, fighters are, I feel like, the most forgotten about athletes in the world. Like they're great when they're on their run, and then once they're gone, unless they are in like the media or like they're doing the commentary aspect, they are forgotten about quick. It's just a revolving door in MMA, really.
Yeah, and it's like this trap. You know what I mean? You get in this fucking trap. You're so obsessed with like what everybody thinks of you in like in and outside the cage, like, and it's always the same shit. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'll go do charity work and like help kids and help people and like take care of my family and like keep to myself and like be a fucking decent human. Like I go get in a fight and like there's a fucking 1,000 people that don't give a single shit about like who I am, what I'm about, and they just like find a way to like shit on you. You know what I mean? And like you like if you get in this fucking mindset of like seeking people's approval in this sport or as an athlete, like you're just never gonna get that. Like people just aren't gonna like you, and people don't like people that are doing better than them. You know what I mean? Like nobody likes that shit. You know what I mean? So I don't like, I'm not like tied to like the fame and the fucking clout. Like I don't give a flying shit about any of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna try to fucking take everyone I can. Help people if I can, and then I'm gonna fucking bounce. You know what I mean? Like peace. Fuck this sport. Fuck all the fans and the critics and like everybody. You know what I mean? Because like being an athlete, especially an American athlete, like dude, like there's no fucking loyalty in this game. You know what I mean? Like American athlete, like I went to Brazil and like got like booed and spit on and like just shit on, but like, at least these motherfuckers are like loyal to their people. You know what I mean? At least these people want to see like their guys win. Like so, and then you fight in America and like everyone's like, you know what I mean? Like you're like an American fighting a fucking Russian, and they're like cheering for the Russian. It's like, brother, like there's no like loyalty amongst Americans, like as an athlete. You know what I mean? Like we shit on every single athlete. Like Tom Brady, dude. I mean, Tom Brady fucking, 20 seasons of just being an absolute fucking baller. You know what I mean? This guy went from jack shit to being a freaking billionaire by throwing a fucking football. And now he's like declining and everyone's like, well, oh shit, Tom Brady sucks. It's like, no, Tom Brady's the fucking man. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker did shit in his life that most people could never fucking dream of. You know what I mean? And everybody just wants to find a way to shit on you. Like, and that is like the harsh reality of being an athlete in this country is that like, like all your fucking greatness and everything, like there'll be an apostrophe after it. And then there'll be a million things that you did right, wrong, people you pissed off, people that don't like you, all the critics, all the bullshit. And it's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like I know from personal experience, like I went 3-0 in the UFC and everybody was, fucking, oh, Cody, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're the fucking greatest. And then I lost and like everyone's like, dude, you fucking suck. You suck. And it's like, dude, the same people that were in my DMs telling me like, congratulations were like, dude, what the fuck? That was terrible. You suck. Like, you should quit. You're going to get cut. You know what I mean? It's like, man, fuck all you. Like, fuck all you. Like, if you saw my bank account, like, you wouldn't be saying the shit.
I do appreciate you coming on based on the fact that you aren't here for the clout, which is great. I mean, my podcast my page doesn't have many followers, so it doesn't really matter anyway, but I really do appreciate it. Now, before I let you go, two things. One, do you have any questions for me? Which is always funny because no one ever has any questions, so it's fine.
What do you do for fun?
Well, right now it's snowing, so I don't really do anything in the winter time but I don't know. I have 2 kids, so I hang out with them, but I also like to golf. So I golf a lot in the summer, and I do love to fish. I fish a lot too.
There you go. Dude. That's awesome.
So,
I figured golf was going to fucking come up being that you have a birdie hat on.
Yeah.
maybe that meant something else too. Like I wasn't sure. I was like, that might just be like a fucking brand that
Well, it does have a middle finger on it.
Oh, nice. I like that.
No, it is for golf. My last thing, and I always like to do this. So I used to do a podcast back in the day. So when I would interview fighters, I would always allow them the opportunity to, if there's any shout outs, sponsorships, anything that you want to give a shout out or credit for, you are more than welcome to do that.
Nah. What do you ask me that? Like, is there anybody you want to thank? I'm like, I want to thank me. And that's about fucking it, dude. Because I'm the one that had to fucking go in there and fight a fucking Brazilian and get my fucking job done. You know what I mean? I'm the one that had to cut weight and fucking work my nuts off when no one was watching. You know what I mean? So ultimately, like, fucking kudos to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, sponsors, like, they don't give a shit anyways if you shout them out or not. So.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And now you got a lifelong fan. I know that I'm definitely a person that anybody that I've interviewed is always, I'm always a fan of them. I'm always gonna, be betting on them, and no matter who they're fighting. So definitely appreciate having you on, and can't wait to get this video out for everyone to see.
Cool. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, send me the link when you video up.
Sounds good. UFC Bantamweight, Cody Stamann.